Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me again. I've got some thoughts on how to build the level 1 team again. First of all, I guess I need to take care of our level 1 occultist, because he's not feeling too hot. And Chartres is still in the penance hall. What are you doing, man? He's just hanging out in there. Did I even see? That's not the right button. Hold on. This one. Chartres refuses. Yet again. For the third week, that guy, he's not going to have any skin left. He's a leper. That stuff, it doesn't come back, I don't think. Maybe I just completely misunderstand it. Anything amazing in here? It doesn't really look like it. Another moon cloak, but I probably need to hang on to my money for now. I've been realizing I need to be a bit more prudent in my purchases. Also, do I have 72 of those yet? I don't. Closing in on it, though, for that third patient cell slot. I should check on my level 6s as well, because I'm pretty sure some of these guys need some help. Indeed, Schwiel could use a trip to the penance hall with Chartres. Maybe he can convince him to leave. That would be ideal. Do we have any diseases to take care of? We do indeed. We have the Red Plague, which is already being addressed. We'll eventually be able to take care of his runs if he ever wants to stop being flagellated. I don't even like saying that word out loud. That's how uncomfortable it makes me. His treatment ward, though, can still use some patience, so let's see what we got. Nothing there. Dacnomania, Known Cheat, and Scattering are all okay. Blutomania is cleanliness. Nothing really amazing or awful is probably the better word to use. Stress Eater's kind of bad. I'm going to get rid of that. Boing to boing. Goodbye. We could lock in some positive courses if we want to, too. Can't forget about that. Diurnal I do not like, because we do often use the tortureless runs, even though I'm considering not doing so this time, and we haven't brought in the Vestal out for years now. So I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Is that a dog? This is interesting background noise. Wait a minute, is this new? I haven't heard this really. Maybe I just haven't paid attention. Anyway, we're gonna embark. Probably going to the Warrens today, and here's why. I want to try this AoE build again. I want to make the Houndmasters dedicated to damage from AoE and damage over time effects, which means kind of relying on the Hound's Harry again. What I'm going to do this time, though, I think I'm maybe even going to get rid of both of these. Probably not both of these. I think I'm going to get rid of Target Whistle and instead have Lick Wounds. I should go to the guild as well, just to make sure that these guys are decked out as much as they can possibly be. Everyone, in fact, needs to make this trip, just to make 100% sure. And we'll head to this place. Bada bing bam boom. Basically needs the upgrades. Bam, 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 bam. Good. And I guess might as well check you out too, even though I know almost with a certainty that you can't do anything. So what I want to do is I'm going to build it so I've got these two in the front 2 spots. I'm going to have our Jester in the 3rd and Forneo in the 4th. And I'm going to give him this. The Guardian's Shield buffs up his protection stat and his heal received in rank 4. And I think what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to, I'm going to take off Retribution. I'm going to equip him with Defender, probably Command, probably Bolster. And I guess that's it. Yeah, he can't really do much from rank 4, but I guess this is what I have to do. It's not going to be very effective, I don't think, but I'm curious enough to try it. Man, he really... This is interesting that they would say that you should consider putting him in rank 4. Because he actually only has 3 commands that he can do from there. One of them being called Command. That is... Well, I mean, I guess it's good to have this if he gets shuffled around. And we might use a party that does indeed shuffle around a bit with the Jester, but we'll see. But what I want to do that is because I think I can do enough with self-heals from these guys, and then the damage over time effects with the Jester and the 2 Houndmasters AoE bleeds, then it ends up working out. It might not. I'm kind of worried about it. Guard Dog could be fun too, and that way we could kind of play around with the idea of guarding each other, just to make sure we don't get caught out of position or anything. We are indeed going to rock this, though. The self-heal from Lick Wounds is pretty damn effective. Considering it can crit as well, we gotta make sure we're capitalizing on that whenever possible. I think I'm going to give him a tough ring, too. Just to make him super beefy. Bust up that protection and max health. He's gonna lose out on damage, but that's not really a big issue for what he's gonna be building. He'll probably be using Defender a lot. And in that scenario, I think I might actually prefer to bring the Plague Doctor. If we could do both Blight and Bleed, that might be a lot better. And then she can use her heal, which will be much more effective since he gets a boost to his heals received. I wonder if we can give her anything that makes her healing more effective. Let's see if we've got some stuff for the Plague Doctor. This seems totally absurd. Oh, that one... Ooh, the reduction to heal received does scare me. But I'm probably going to be protecting her almost all the time. So maybe I could do that. What is this one? Blasphemous Vial does Blight skill chance, reduces her damage, but that's not a huge issue. What if we did this? Just made it so Blight almost always lands. Give her all of her Blight attacks, including the Plague Grenade. We'll take off Emboldening Vapors. This isn't a bad skill set. Plus we have a Blight and Bleed Cure on our team, which is pretty darn good too. I kind of like this. This is very much dedicated to the AoE damage over time effects. Almost disturbingly so. That's why I'm so hesitant, but I think it's gonna work. Do I want to give somebody the spiked collar too? I don't think I do. I'm also going to bring torches this time. I think I'm going to have a much easier time of it bringing the torchlight out for the ride, which I haven't done in a while, admittedly, either. I might just go Legendary Focus for both of these guys, although increased chances in Bleed are probably going to be better now that I think about it. In fact, damage and crit doesn't really matter so much with this. So what do we want to do? Do I have anything ancestral, maybe? I doubt it. Yeah, I don't. Shocking. I don't have any good ancestral trinkets to use. I do like that trap disarm, but yeah, that's not gonna happen. None of those are really what I'm looking for here. If I have anything that gives me extra bleed chance, I might have to take it, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to. The only Houndmaster one I believe I have is this spiked collar. And that is not... Well, okay, there it is. Yeah. Oh, put my foot in my mouth. Okay, there's the bleed skill. And I'm going to go ahead and just make myself a lot more accurate. Reduce the damage, too. And crits would be nice as well, now that I think about it. So this is pretty damn good. And then I might just go Focus Ring, Tough Ring? Because the damage itself is not what we're looking for. I guess I could do that. I wonder if I've got a Sun Cloak or something that we could use, actually. Let's see. Got the moon stuff. The Sun Cloak might be a little more common. Got a Gambler's Charm, Move Amulet. There's all these things I never use. All these mysterious trinkets down here. Damage Stone is super simple. There's a Bleed Stone, so I can do that. And then a Focus Ring. I kind of like that. Yeah, we'll do that one. Okay. So it's very weird. But I'm going to be using the protection of the Man-at-Arms to try to keep everybody alive and then just apply as much damage over time as I possibly can. And the Warrens I'm choosing because the Warrens tend to have more enemies that are susceptible to bleed. I'll bring a ton of food just because I do still have that advantage of having a ton of disposable cash. Standard procedure here, I think even a little bit more prepared. I'm thinking now I just have to over-prepare with so many things. And we'll bring a ton of torches, too. Let's do that. Okay. This is a whole new playground, man. I gotta change everything up and hope that I eventually happen upon something that works.
They breed quickly down there in the dark. But perhaps we can slay them even faster.
Alright. First mission. Carrion Eaters unfortunately do have pretty high resist to both of those things that we're trying to utilize, but this guy, he's gonna be vulnerable to it. And our protection is pretty good too. These guys, of course, don't have the bonuses to their damage anymore. Nice crit. Because of the lack of darkness here. I guess the absence of light. No, that would be darkness is the absence of light. So this is the abundance of light. There it is! I'm describing things! Welcome to YouTube! I know how to do stuff! Cure that bleed. Or blight, there it is. Words, I know them. So how about we go with bolster first of all. Buffing up the dodge chance for the entire party actually might even be better than individually targeting people for protection first of all. Because if I can just avoid the damage altogether, then of course we're going to be much better off. Let's go with a, plague grenade's not going to be great, so let's just try to blight this guy, even though he's got 100% resistance to it. But we do have these giving us a huge chance to blight them.
Perhaps the turning point.
And these bleeds are already stacking pretty tremendously, so this seems like it's working pretty darn well. So long as we keep the torchlight up, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape, and we're only taking 1 damage. He's pretty darn well protected in that back line, admittedly, but at the same time, this is looking tremendous. Stack the dodge and speed stats, and we're looking great. This is, of course, not the most difficult fight to test this with.
The greater the glory.
And the additional benefit to this, too, is the fact that we don't have to deal with corpses.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I'm feeling a little better about this. I know that was an easy fight, but I think we might be onto something. Ooh, we have torches to do this. Do we have any terrible quirks we need to address? Slow draw is pretty bad. I probably want to get rid of that. Hopefully get rid of that. Hylomania, Dyspomania, and Nocturnal. Well, I guess we need to get rid of Nocturnal too, so let's do our Man-at-Arms for the first one. We're gonna go with a torch. Boom! It's a rare thing for me to have that many torches. Alright, we got rid of Dyspomania, that's good. We're gonna keep this at Radiant Light as much as we possibly can.
Right. The promise of safety.
I haven't heard you say these things, man. Okay, 3 Carrion Eaters, so we don't have a lot of likelihood to drop these bleeds and blights, but we're gonna keep trying this. Good result for the first attack. I'm sticking with this plan, man. I really think it's gonna work pretty well. We don't take that much damage at all, even just at the base level. This is not, I mean, these aren't any extra special buffs or anything like that. This is simply what the characters are equipped with the trinkets, with their stats. It's looking pretty darn good. Wow, and that blight. Oh my god, that is really strong. How is her blight so strong? Theirs is much weaker than ours. That's kind of insane. Maybe I just haven't used blight in a long time. I'm kind of just inclined to let that bleed down. Okay, that's a much more powerful attack than we've been used to thus far.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
And that's 6 damage over time without even really doing too much. That's insane. And her blight chance, of course, is through the roof, too. Are we getting buffs from the trinkets toward the blight damage? I thought that was just for the chance. I'm pretty sure that's just for the chance to blight, and not the effectiveness of it. Makes way more sense to me. Let's just, doesn't really matter what we do here. We'll just protect somebody, I suppose. Prevent her from taking much damage. Oh, I could have tried for... No, I can't attack. That's right. Yeah, I have no options of doing so with the Man-at-Arms. I always forget that now.
As the enemy crumbles.
Well, we've won, so let's just self-heal, I guess. Just cower away and protect each other. That's beautiful, actually. That is a splendid display of camaraderie.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Well, can't say I didn't expect this, but we are completely full on the inventory in the second room, so this is going well. I guess we need the money. We need the bus. I gotta dump off something for the Onyx. I don't know what it's gonna be. These extra dog treats are, of course, not really boding well for me. I don't think I'm gonna need the holy water, so let's just do this. Holy water is more than likely not gonna show up too much, at least the need for it, I should say. And then this is probably just gonna be some extra food that we can all chow down on. Oh, look at that! We got herbs too. Good start. Alright. Munch, munch, munch. Let's go. First room clear. And there's a shovel.
Such blockages are unsurprising. These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
Hot damn, man. I'm actually starting to garner a little bit more confidence about this. So far, so good. Everybody's looking great. No stress. We didn't really address the issue of stress in the planning stage, but I don't think I particularly need to. I think these guys are going to be well off enough. In the Warrens, too, there's not a ton of concerns about stress. I also need to pop a couple of torches here. Keep forgetting about that. A little bit of goodies, okay.
Laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Once we burn through one of these stacks of torches, too, we'll obviously have a bit more space for goods. I do have to go this way. Not getting scouts, which I'm surprised by. Oh, shoot. Blight. Vampiric spirits. That is... Oh, it's a disease. Ah, yikes. Ew. Oh, that's bad, and that's worse.
Curious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Yes. Concurred. We gotta pop a couple of torches before we leave here, too. Of course we get the fight. Okay. So this is probably the toughest thing we've come across thus far. And the word probably I use to mean definitely in this context. English is a confusing language. And these are some tough hits. Luckily we're resisting the early damage in the form of the bleeds. We're doing okay. There's a little bit of stress too. So, good opportunity for Plague Grenade here. These guys are kind of susceptible to Blight. Not too many resistances. They both get marked there. Alright. Hound's Harry will be great. What's the bleed resistance looking like across the board? Everybody's pretty weak. So a few Hound's Harrys are going to put us in a great spot here. That's a bad stun, though. Really want the Plague Doctor to stick around, especially if they start landing some bleeds on any of these guys. Hopefully the bolster is enough to keep us in the front of the turn order. He literally took no damage again. Protection OP as hell. Now I'm getting a little scared. I don't like not being able to prioritize a target. That's one of the big disadvantages to this. That I can readily admit. But this, if it lands and bleeds, I believe is going to be enough to take her out for sure next turn. Now these guys, unfortunately, can take quite a bit more punishment. Oh, and another stun. The Man-at-Arms is definitely the least integral part of this composition. In fact, I think he could be replaced by somebody, but I kind of like him as just a sort of dummy. He's just a target dummy. That's really kind of what he acts as. He sits there being a tank for all the damage, and it gives us, I'm sure it's not an actual 25% chance, but what it is a chance for somebody else to not take damage, and then he acts as a protector when he needs to. I guess I can Hound's Rush. I can prioritize targets that way. If they've stacked on enough damage through Blight and Bleed, I might as well hit him with something like that. So that does the job.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
You know what, we'll eat some more food here. I think we can probably spare the stack. Go for that. There we go, and then pop a couple here. Excellent. We'll just dump that off, actually. Take the Jade. I'm gonna go ahead and rest. We're about halfway through. We don't need it right now, but it's a little bit of stress relief.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
And we do have decent buffs, although I still... Oh, I need to take him to the survivalist. Gotta make sure we do that. These buffs are not really great for us right now anyway, though. In fact, let's just go with the stuff that protects us defensively. Have to think differently now. Do I need those? I probably don't. Remove target disease. Oh, if only you could use that on somebody else. How about release the Hound? I like that. Gives us an opportunity to boost our chance to surprise people, and Hound's Watch looks pretty good too. Oh, I wonder if I can stack those. Do you think I could? I want to try it. Yeah, look at that. Stack them buffs, baby. Okay. This is looking splendid, actually.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Drop that. Booyah. Nothing I need. Hooray. Okay. The light is back. We're feeling good. Got plenty of amazing map-based buffs. Not normally the ones I prioritize, but when the circumstances call for it, this is what works. Unfortunately, we have a split in the road here, and I'm obviously going to be going to the one with 2 rooms, unless we do indeed benefit from Release the Hound, which is a pretty significant scouting bonus, now that I look at it. Stress relief from those 2 crits as well, that's terrific. Get those landed, boy. There we go. A little bit's better than nothing, I guess. The blight is much more effective than the bleed. Multiple plague doctors, maybe. I guess the fact that he can hit, or yeah, they can hit all 4 enemies with that makes sense that it's not going to be as strong as something like the plague grenade, which is going to do a lot more bleed damage when it lands. But having multiple of these guys stacking up multiple hounds, Harry. Ooh, yikes. Alright, we're going to probably start protecting him until we can get him a turn to do a self-heal. That's the strategy that I figured would come into play eventually. Oh, he has to be in position 2 for that. So I guess I could swap these 2 around if I needed to. And just hounds Harry when I have the opportunity. That probably works out. In fact, yeah, let's just do that now. That way he can self-heal and still be protected. Let's do another Noxious Blast stack on this guy. Very good chance to land that. And I think I just need to attack this dude with a... what's it called? The rush. Probably what needs to be done. Keep protecting him. Don't want to really let anybody get below 50% health, I think is going to be the way I go with that. Oh, especially when they get bled. Gotta keep in mind we've got the Plague Doctor's healing ability if I want to use that. These guys are proving pretty difficult. I'm going to go ahead and Battlefield Medicine there to get rid of the bleed, hopefully. Got it. He's going to go down next turn. He's got 3 damage, so he's not quite there. If I stack that again, it's not really the greatest result, so I might just swap these 2. And then Blackjack. Either one, not either one, actually. This guy's got a 50-50 chance to kill him. Let's go for it. Got it. Another bleed, so he'll die. With another Hound's Harry, he'll be taken down, so I should take some opportunities to heal up if I can, and I'll go ahead and defend this guy, too. Let's hope that he, doesn't take too much. Moved him up a little bit. I guess I'll go for the Blackjack here. The guaranteed 2 points of damage, and we got the stun. Doesn't really matter. Take the opportunity to heal up a little bit. Hopefully we get the Houndmaster's turn, actually. Didn't quite, but that's okay. Might still get it. Might still, no. It hates me. It hates me! It's the only answer.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
That's not the problem. The game hates me, Wayne. You know it, I know it. Let's just be real. Booyah. Getting goodies.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
I guess this is indeed why I brought all this food, so we'll go ahead and start munching down on those. Swap those 2 around. Their skill set doesn't really make a huge difference in which one's first or second, I guess. He's still using Target Whistle, which I should probably swap for Blackjack. Good scout here. Okay, so I know I have to go this way. Might end up only having to go this way if I get lucky. Won't count on that, though. Hoorah. Another couple food. Look at us go. Okay, pop a couple torches here. Keep forgetting about that.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Not used to that life, man. Ew, God, why did I even do that with her?
Mechanical hazards, possessed by evil intent.
That was a silly thing to do. I should let my man-at-arms do that. He's the damage tank. He's the sponge for all that is evil. More bleed and blight resist in the form of these 2 frontline dudes, but they're not really the worst thing we need to worry about. Griping in the guts, though, that sounds pretty awful. Yuck. There we go. Start to really hammer down on those guys early and get the bleeds going, too. Nice. Love that collar. That's working pretty well. Small percentage chances like that, or increases, I should say. Kind of underestimate them, I've noticed. They're a little bit stronger than I give them credit for. Ooh, she's starting to hurt a little bit. I might start to protect her. Could bolster right now. I think that's probably worth it. Extra dodge chance while I'm starting to stack on everything else. Considering a heal there, too. But it's probably not entirely necessary. Crit strikes would be beautiful. Stacking that bleed up, baby. And another plague grenade will probably kill these guys if it manages to double blight them. I think it did, yep. Okay, that's good. Another crit, amazing. I think the bolster made a huge difference there. I think the bolster put us in a really, really good spot. Doesn't really matter what I do now. I guess we'll just stack that up again. More dodge just in case these guys get the attack off, which I think they're going to, yeah. Gonna be down to 1 hit point each, unfortunately. He still landed it, man, that sucks. He's a marked target, maybe that made enough of a difference. Right, he's gonna die no matter what, so I gotta take this opportunity to improve my own status for the next round. And we'll just battlefield medicine, yeah, that looks good to me. Perfect! Exactly, oh, he's got the reduction in heal received, doesn't he? That's probably why.
This expedition at least promises success.
Okay, munch down. Boom, 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 boom. Take that. Yes, sir. Everybody have a delicious meal. Don't even have the campfire to worry about anymore, so everybody gets to enjoy everything. No room battle. Shit. That sucks. Would really prefer not to go this way. Okay, these guys can be bled like crazy. Let's do it. 3 or 4 stacks of bleed ought to take care of them. In fact, let's go with another Noxious Blast just to make sure. Just to guarantee it. Alright, he's gonna die next turn no matter what, so we can start doing individual targets at this stage. In fact, what if we blackjack her just to make sure no more stress gets piled onto the Plague Doctor? I like that move. Bolster it up. Might want to protect, but not a huge deal so long as she gets some plague grenades off. I think we're gonna be pretty well suited for this fight. Nice dodge there, too. Alright, another Noxious Blast. He's gonna die. Let's do the same to him. Can we stun her again? She's got 45. We bolster, maybe we'll just dodge the stress attack. That would be ideal. Let's see what happens. Ooh, the Eldritch Pull. Good dodge. There it is. Damn, that is a massive stack. That's crazy. Okay, all the same, I'm pretty sure. Just need to do 1 or 2 more attacks on her. We're gonna be good to go. Yeah, blackjack. Actually, no, what? Hound's Rush. Probably would have killed her, but I don't do things well sometimes. It's okay. I'm really just looking for opportunities to battlefield medicine for 0 health again. That's really what I want to get out of this. Stun her up! Stack that shit! Self-heal for funsies. Get back up to full health, and we are living large.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Yeah, go ahead and check that out. Oh, god dang it. Oh, nice! Resisted disease. Don't see that too much. Yeah, go ahead and let her eat 2 more food, and then we can save the rest for activations. We'll pop the dog treats, I think. Maybe even in this fight, actually. Probably don't need to, though. Especially if I can land this. There we go. That early blight damage might even be enough to take them out in round 2, I think. If we can stack 1 Hound's Harry before they get to move, which I do believe we got the opportunity for. Excellent. Their blight isn't even that effective. I'm not even too worried about that. 1 bleed. 1 bleed! Come on, that's all we needed for him. Oh, he's gonna die anyway. Never mind. Never mind. Stop your belly aching, Bear Taffy. Everything's gonna be okay. Bolster up! Feels good, feels good. He should nearly die. Another Hound's Harry, and then we can probably just set up for defense, I guess. Am I ever going to use this? I should consider maybe even using Emboldening Vapors, but I doubt I'll use either of them, honestly. This is the build where you have 4 skills, but really you only use 2. 2 or 3 maximum. There we go. 1 direct attack on the Carrion Eater. In fact, I might go like this. It's 5 to 9 damage. He's got 1 point of bleed already, so this is a guaranteed kill. So long as it lands, he said with reticence. And that is a victory for Team Fleur.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
And we'll pop a torch there. Still got a ton of stuff left over. I'm just gonna lose that citrine. We're done! Alright! We did it!
Their squeals fade. Their confidence is shaken.
I was not expecting that, but I am happy with it. That worked insanely well. Oh, we got some nasty stuff, though. Inui, Clotter, Ruins Foe, Night Blindness. Some nastiness that we'll have to address, but all the same, we made it through and everyone's looking good. And Chartreuse is finally back. Oh my god. Well, next time, everybody, it's the centennial episode of Darkest Dungeon. That's kind of insane. Let me know if you're hyped for that. Let me know what you thought about that build as well. Thought it worked pretty damn well, all things considered. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.